All right, hello and welcome everybody to the PGL Lobbycast episode 293. Today is September 30th. It is National Podcast Day, and hence the special occasion here. We are broadcasting live from Coda Brewing Company in Aurora, Colorado. Yeah, this microphone's totally gone.
Everybody else is working. You're doing fine.
We can't worry about that too much. There it is. Perfect. Oh, killing me.
You ready for this to just...
Hello?
We can't do that because it would be much, much louder than it is already. So nothing but technical difficulties today, folks. Whoa. Almost died. Did you see that?
Nice.
Yay! All right. So let me go ahead and introduce who we have with us. I, of course, am Jeff. I have with me here today
Jordan.
Brick.
Aaron?
Perfect. So, we are being hosted by Scott Prokop over at Coda Brewing Company. Wave to us, Scott. Scott's not waving.
Not here.
Scott is unimpressed by us. Oh, now he's waving. Okay, perfect. I think you guys have anything that you want to talk about before we get going?
Not particularly, Jeff.
Okay.
Why don't we just get this show on the road?
All right. Well, let's go ahead and get going with some movie news. It hasn't come to Denver yet. I haven't seen anything, but a lot of the movie theaters, in hopes to drive more business, have started converting their theaters over into what they're calling 4D. They're doing things like adding seats with air jets in them, and misters and water jets and moving seats and vibrating and all kinds of crazy stuff to enhance the movie viewing experience. Like, I got microphone again. This is so exciting. I never know what to expect out of this thing. So I don't know. What do you guys have some thoughts about such things? Be watching say it's a ship scene, and you're getting sea mist and air blowing through your hair or through your ears or whatever. Aaron,
Hey, look at that. We have sound here too. Exciting. I got to experience that a little bit at Disneyland just a couple of months ago because in order to promote Guardians of the Galaxy, they had a clip of that set up where you could watch it in 3D. You got water in your face, whenever he was kicking the water, you got
in and
sprayed
around
with
your
it.
face?
Yeah.
Okay.
And it was kind of cool, but it was very cool. It's not going to make me go see something I wasn't going to see otherwise, but it does enhance the atmosphere while you're there.
So do you have to pull your hair back in a ponytail, expecting for your hair to get all wet?
Actually, it's better if you leave your hair down. It flows in the breeze that way.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
Nice.
adds to the experience.
Yeah, this is very, very crucial information for me.
I don't know. I feel like it'll wear thin after a while.
Yeah?
I don't want to get sprayed in the face every time I go to see a movie
So many jokes.
that we will not
None
make.
of them appropriate.
Just stop.
So I for me, it's going to be one of those things where certain movies I definitely go do it, but it's just like now, some movies I don't want to see in IMAX, or I don't care about seeing in IMAX. Some movies I don't care about seeing in 3D. It's going to be one of those kind of situations for me. I mean, Guardians of the Galaxy, I'm trying to think, when is it just when the spaceship is flying through, you get air in your hair?
The scene that they showed was the one towards the beginning where Star-Lord is tripping through, he's listening to his music, he's walking along singing into Little Aliens, and every time he kicked a ball, you got space.
That's interesting.
And, yeah, it was, since they didn't exactly tell you it was going to happen. Made it even interesting and unexpected, but
Okay.
it was a very cool, it was a cool technology.
Yeah, we'll see what happens with this. The UA theaters were supposed to be starting to strip out a lot of seats out of their theaters to get rid of all those crappy seats on the lower level. where you're way too close to see anything, and if you're on one side, then you have to like keep looking back and forth across the screen because it's so big. So we'll see how this works, if it's actually going to happen or if it's going to be so limited that Denver may only get 2 or 3 of them. Maybe Highlands Ranch Pavilion, and I don't know where else.
Okay.
I'm not sure what else would be a good fit for this.
Maybe
But
the Dave and
it's a
Buster's
very
one.
expensive retrofit for a theater. I'm not sure exactly how that's going to work. In other movie news, Kevin Smith has announced that Clerks 3 is going to be a thing at some point, and that's thanks in large part to the success of Tusk. I know he had been kind of spoiled on the movie industry. He was done with it. He had retired. But then he and Scott Mosier were recording this podcast, and they were talking about this ad out of the UK.
Kind of like a Craigslist ad.
Yeah, it's similar to Craigslist. Yeah, absolutely. Where somebody had said, free room and board as long as you dress up as a walrus 2 hours out of the day. And they kind of took that idea and ran with it. The ad was a total hoax. It wasn't an actual ad, but they were. That's how the whole idea for the movie was born, and it kind of reinvigorated his love for cinema. He wasn't gone from the movie industry long enough to really even be considered gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would never have considered him gone. I don't think. When was the last? Red State came out
2010.
Okay,
Yeah.
so not even 5 years. That's
Yeah.
a vacation in the movie.
Yeah,
business.
that is a vacation for director. You're just in between projects at that point. But at any rate, it should be pretty good. I didn't like Clerks 2 as much as I liked the original.
It had some charming moments, I think, but they were all based on what the show already was, or what the original was all about. It was
Sure.
playing off of old jokes.
Fair enough. All right, so we'll see what happens with that. And I know that we still have, from Kevin Smith, we still have the miniseries, Hit Somebody, the hockey story. It started out as a movie, but it's been changed into a miniseries. So
And Comic Book Men.
Comic Book Man was, yeah.
And what?
Comic Book Men.
Oh, the TV show?
Yeah, it's
the
still going.
AMC thing?
Mhm.
Did that get renewed for a new season?
Oh, yeah.
It did indeed.
So that'll be season 4?
I believe so, yeah. Season
All right,
4.
that sounds about right. Okay, what else do we have here? Oh, if you are a Netflix subscriber, there are several movies coming back to Netflix this next month that I consider classics of sorts. Those being Galaxy Quest, Romeo and Juliet, Team America World Police, Tombstone, and Django Unchained. All of which rank pretty high on my various lists. I'm not going to say where Romeo and Juliet ranks on that, but at least it's an interesting watch.
Very true.
Yeah. And let's see here. I think we're about good for movies. Let's go on to TV shows. This is kind of sad news. Most of us here are big fans of Will Wheaton, and his show on Sci-Fi has been officially canceled.
Very, very sad.
So the Will Wheaton project is no mas.
One thing that Sci-Fi did do is they just are about to put out Ascension, which is starring Battlestar Galactica's own Tricia Helfer. So
Okay.
I don't want to look at Will Wheaton, and I do want to look at Tricia Helfer.
All right. So what you're saying is you want more Tricia Helfer, less Will Wheaton. Okay. Can't blame you for that. Amazon has acquired Twitch for $970 million. Twitch is something that I believe PlayStation and Microsoft and Sony both use this for broadcasting,
PC.
gaming, and it's a big thing with, I know I just did it. Lou is using it for his broadcasting his 100 Days of Gaming for PAX, the Extra Life.
Yeah.
Using
okay.
Twitch, yeah.
We lost sound again.
Well,
Yeah,
sure,
it's fine.
Sure, we did. It's okay.
For Extra Life, and that is it's a charity that it's by gamers for Children's Hospital, and they bring in a huge amount of money. And one of the things that Lou's working on right now is the 100 Days of Gaming, where every single day for 100 days he's playing something for at least an hour. Is that's it's 100?
Yeah, I think it's at least an hour.
Okay.
Every day.
So he's broadcasting a lot of the sessions every day. So if you are into supporting Children's Hospital, Extra Life, Extra Life is a good way to do that. It's a great charity, so get involved.
Sometimes it kicks it back.
Stop breaking the world, please.
He
did do it for half a second.
Sometimes it kicks it
and
back.
the last bit of news, some video game news. Xbox One is off to a good start in China. Very, very disappointing and lackluster numbers in Japan, but China has banned video game consoles since before Xbox was even a brand.
Right.
So it's being met with some excitement
Well, yeah, there were people lined up
around the
block.
building, and
Yeah.
so
To get an
that's
Xbox One.
something. So it'll do better in China than it has in Japan, for sure.
I feel like that's what caused all of the civil unrest.
I'm sure the lack of consoles in
Yeah,
China.
and then
Well,
it's-
And Sony is king in Japan. There's
Yeah,
no doubt about
absolutely.
Yeah, I'm sure
I mean,
that's
they're-
I'm king of Japan.
that. No, you're not.
But you are big in Japan because
He's huge in Japan.
they're
They're small
mostly
people.
short in stature. So
I'm short too.
and for Sony, PlayStation Home has gone away. I don't know if you guys realize this, but PlayStation Home has been around for 7 years, or it will have been by the time it closes shop in the end of March of 2015.
Why?
I didn't know it was still a thing.
At least, 6.5 years, maybe 7.
Did they say, was it just was it not getting used? Is that why they're
I think
shutting
it's
it down?
lack
or-
of people realizing that it was still there. So, for sure,
I use PlayStation. I had no idea it was still there.
Yeah.
right?
It seems like one of the features, just like on the 360, it's not going to get used. It's going to get passed over. I don't use the dashboard for anything. I wouldn't use home for anything. I wouldn't
Sure.
use any kind of virtual meeting place for anything. I want to play video games.
Right.
If I
If I
wanted
want to
to
meet,
talk,
we're
if
gonna
I want
meet
to talk to
in
people,
person.
yeah. I barely want to put on a headset to talk to my friends when I'm playing games, let alone
Yeah, that's fair.
yeah.
True.
And the last time I like actual multiplayer where I was talking to somebody was when I was sitting in the house with you. So I mean, we're sitting in the same room playing games, and then
Right. Which was fun, by the way.
it was a lot of fun.
All right, I think that's about it for news. Do you guys want to move on to the weekly watches?
Sounds good.
All right, Lady Erin, what you been listening to this week?
I have actually been listening to a lot of, and if I mispronounce her last name, I apologize, KT Tunstall.
Okay.
Okay.
She is an amazing artist, and I don't know if you've ever had a chance to look up one of her clips of her performing on the internet. If not, I highly recommend it, because if you ever listen to her music, not only is it amazing, but you can pretty much guarantee every sound that you are hearing on that song is made by her.
Okay.
In fact, she has a system when she performs live that she simply records everything at that moment and then puts it on feedback and then plays her guitar and sings. She's incredible. So this week's been all about her. Straight up my mouth? There's so many directions I could have gone with that, and none of them are PG, so we'll just leave it right there.
That's why I said it off, Mike. But you responded on mic. That's awesome.
That's usually my job, but you have pointed it out in the past.
Right. Fair enough. All right. Is that about it for you this
That's the main, she has been my main focus this week.
week? Okay. All right.
I used to be forced to listen to her at Starbucks on a regular basis.
Oh,
and
yeah.
That sounds about right.
it drove me nuts.
I'm very sorry that you're having flashbacks right now.
Like a pirate with a steering wheel for a belt buckle.
Glad the mic wasn't working for that one. 'Cause that was pretty terrible. Okay.
Yeah, that speaker over there is slightly better than useless.
Pretty much.
All right, Brick, regale us with stories of what you've been listening to this week.
Oh, I've been listening to about 3 things, Jed.
Nice.
WTF with Mark Maron.
Okay.
It's quite good. I usually enjoy his podcast. The Monday Morning Podcast with Bill Burr, which inspires a Boston accent in me for about an hour and a half after I'm done with the show. And then Garfunkel and Oates. Anyone? Garfunkel and Oates?
Been
Love
listening to
Garfunkel.
that?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Their music, or do they have a podcast of some sort?
They've got 2 albums out now, 2 full albums.
Oh,
they
excellent.
were on Key and Peele one season. I can't remember which one it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They make appearances on a lot of different
Like,
sitcoms,
yeah,
actually.
a lot of they're funny.
I'm a big fan
They're awkward funny.
of Garfunkel and Oates. I showed you some of their videos.
Yes, I have to say I am now too. After you introduced me to their world,
Go home and look up The Loophole on
The what? The loophole?
The
the
Loophole
loophole.
on YouTube.
Okay.
It's not what you think it is. I'm going to go ahead and say
Or
that
maybe
right
it is.
now.
You never know.
Or is it?
If it is, I'm worried for you.
Okay. Excellent.
But yeah, it's just been those 3, couple of podcasts and a couple of albums.
Okay. Awesome. Mansoor Jordan. He wants his own microphone. Don't point your microphone at him.
His microphone sucks, though.
No, it's fine. It's fine. I listen to the radio a lot. I've been in the car a lot. I lost my Xbox Music Pass. I'm just talking quickly.
Okay.
So I lost my Xbox Music Pass. My year finally went up.
What?
and I just haven't renewed. Well, I got it September last year,
Oh, okay.
so I just haven't renewed it, and I don't know if I will. It just doesn't interest me enough.
I
So,
use mine all the time.
Yeah, I don't know if I will.
Daily.
I believe it.
Okay.
So yeah, I just haven't listened to anything of note except for the radio, which
Cool.
is ridiculous. Here, Jeff.
Oh, is that it? Well, mostly, yeah. Today, in celebration of National Podcast Day, I listened to Gamertag Radio with Danny Pena and Paris Lilly, and that was about it. I was listening to episode 451. They're a little bit ahead of us, but they record a lot more often. They've been around longer too. I think they're closer to 10 years. So they're not doing weekly shows, but pretty close. But sometimes it's more than one a week. And then, of course, at the gym, I'm listening to my Angry White Boy music, Nitzareb radio. There's nothing like a little German industrial to accompany your workout. I don't speak German. However, they're telling me to work harder. That is the translation.
And more efficiently.
Actually, the Nitzareb itself is usually not in German. Usually not in German, but a lot of the things that show up on that radio are actually in German. So that's exciting. Bye, Jordan. He's just over there. So everybody enjoying their Coda brews?
Yes, indeed.
Yes.
All right, I'm drinking the Black Seeds right now, the lager. It's delicious. It is delicious and good.
Tasty and delicious.
Yeah, I'm happy about that. And I'm about to transition into this lovely Basil Hayden double IPA.
Very nice.
Yeah. You're welcome to try it. It's right there, waiting to be tried.
It's not my type of beer.
You don't drink double IPAs. I could have told you that.
Single IPAs.
You occasionally drink an IPA.
Sure.
You didn't mind the Mandarin IPA that they were brewing a couple months ago.
That was delicious.
That was delicious.
It's the chive.
Okay, well, let's move on to what you're watching. Aaron, what you watching this week?
Well, let's see. I am, first and foremost, we've been keeping up with Face Off on television.
Like in the movie Face Off.
No,
Thank you.
no, Brick, not like that.
Whoa.
No, it is. It's a. Yeah, it's a TV show on Sci-Fi that it's a competition reality show where they, in fact, compete to see who can do the best makeups. Usually fantasy makeups. They come up with very cool things on that show. It's very interesting to watch.
Yeah, I've seen it. It's pretty cool. I like it.
You like it?
It's not as good as the movie Face Off, but it's pretty good.
Really?
Can't beat Nicolas Cage and John Travolta.
Okay, fine. There's an argument for.
I don't know. Remember which one? Which of those shows my buddy Chris was on?
Skin Wars. Didn't you say it was Skin Wars?
No. Skin Wars is Mythica. She was a contestant on that.
Okay, that's right.
Yeah, which is on. I don't know. I don't remember which channel it was on.
Is that one? Is that
on
one Sci-Fi
Sci-Fi?
also?
Skin
Okay,
Wars
thank
is
you.
on Sci-Fi. Oh. Oh, it's on the Game Show Network. It's on Game Show
Okay.
Network.
GSN
GSN, yeah,
GSN.
that's right.
for short.
Does that stand for Game Show Network, Rick?
Probably.
Probably.
It'd be really weird
Think
if
so?
it didn't.
Now, Chris over at Phantom 8 here in town, he's the owner of that tattoo shop. He was on one of the shows, and it's escaping me at the moment.
Was it Ink Wars?
No, it wasn't a tattooing one. It was an art one.
Okay.
So like something like that. But he wasn't a contestant. He was just featured on the show.
Oh, so was he you said he was featured, but not as a contestant.
He was a featured artist
Oh,
for
okay.
something or another.
Now I'm curious. Give me
Well,
his
I
name.
feel
I'll-
ridiculous not knowing what it was now.
Give me his name later. I'll look it up because now I'm curious and I want to
Okay.
see if I've seen him.
One of the way too many people I know in reality television.
You do know a lot of people in reality television.
Yeah,
This has occurred
It's
to me.
ridiculous. No one person should know 6 people in reality TV. What else?
Let's see. We are, of course, never miss Doctor Who. That is a must. Enjoying the new Doctor.
I have nothing to say about that.
I know. Well, you do. You're just not saying it.
Way
on
too
mic.
hokey. Way too hokey. Hey, but it's British.
Ooh, I like
so
this.
It's not their fault.
I just watch too much stuff to watch Doctor Who in addition to everything else.
It's understandable.
I
Jordan,
want to watch it.
You should. It's good.
I'm distracted.
no way. Jordan, how can you not like this beer? This is delicious. It's a
too
double
bitter for me.
IPA.
I am enjoying Sleepyhead. Would you like to try some of
Oh,
that?
yeah. Which one are you drinking there, Jordan?
One
Coffee
of the
stout?
famous Coda brews.
Yeah, one of those beers.
Is it the coffee stout?
And I know it wasn't the Plan B because that would not be what they named it.
Nope,
Wow.
that'd be a terrible name choice.
Wow.
Because
hard
I'm pretty that kind of already.
I'm pretty sure I didn't have to go to the pharmacy and buy that beer a couple weeks ago. Over the counter?
Whatever.
Unfortunately not. I had to talk to somebody to get that, Jordan.
All right. All good, Aaron?
Oh, let's see. What else? Oh, Homicide Hunter.
Side?
Homicide Hunter.
Oh.
Lieutenant Joe Kenda of, oddly enough, Colorado Springs Homicide
Oh, right.
has a great many interesting stories. He himself is quite a fascinating individual. So my hubby and I enjoy watching that one and seeing what wisdom he brings into our lives on a weekly basis.
Excellent. Rick?
I watched a few things, considering we just recorded on Friday.
We did.
You and I did.
Yeah, true.
I
I was there.
watched
I synced it.
I watched the beginnings of the latest episode of Gotham and then gave up on it.
Give up?
Gave up.
On you gave up in a few minutes into episode 2?
Yes.
Wow, why?
I was about to ask how that was, but then you just said you gave up on it. So
See, you have to understand, the show could be perfectly good, but then there's the Jada Pinkett Smith factor.
Funny that I gave
I
up
see.
on it during one of her scenes.
It's not. I knew that without you
Yeah.
telling me.
Well, it's not good. That's for sure. And I'm a man of integrity. When it comes to
Okay,
television.
for the purposes of this story, you're a man of integrity. Okay.
I've called you many things in life. It has never been a man of integrity.
Please
Thanks,
continue.
But yeah, I gave up on that show. It's just not worth my time. I would rather spend my time watching other things,
Okay.
like you should, Jeff.
All right.
Like
What should I be doing?
maybe watching True Detective.
Oh, okay. Noted.
Yeah,
Noted.
he's seen True Detective. He has the least time of all of us.
Okay. All right. What else have you been
In one
watching,
day.
Rick?
Jeff,
What?
in one day. Took one day.
Okay. You spent an entire day watching True Detective?
Yeah, it's
Good
that
on you. Good on you.
Um,
Okay.
I've also been working my way through the 4th season of The West Wing. This is a
As you
fantastic
do.
show. I do, and all of you should. This is a fantastic show.
What else would you like to disappoint me with?
Okay, Mr. Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., do you really want to get
I'm
into
not
this?
watching it.
You will.
I'm not watching it this
You
season.
will. Oh, no. Come on. You are.
Yeah.
You're going to watch it.
Nope.
Yep.
Nope.
Okay, that's good radio. Also, Boardwalk Empire,
Boardwalk Empire. Okay.
final season of that. I'm really liking that show.
I think I'm actually 2 seasons behind.
Are you? It's
I
only
think I'm
there's only 5 seasons.
right, but I've only seen through the end of 3.
Oh,
Ooh.
okay. Then yeah, you're 2
Yeah, we lost
2
sound
seasons
again.
behind. It's okay.
It's delicious.
Also, watch the Simpsons / Family Guy mashup.
Yeah, I haven't seen it yet.
Oh, sweet. That was a mashup? Was that the season premiere? Or
Yeah,
is
it was
season
the season
premiere
premiere
of
of
Family
Family
Guy.
Guy.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And
not the season
it was
premiere.
all right. You know, it wasn't the greatest thing in the world, but it was okay.
Yeah.
It was kind of fun to see them all mash up. Like they did
Sure.
a scene in the courtroom where they had all of the characters that were essentially like one another in both shows sitting next to her, like Carl and Cleveland sitting next to each other. So, like, you know why they put us together, right? We're the funniest characters on the show. Yep.
Nice.
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 But yeah, it was pretty fun to watch it. You know, I love The Simpsons, but it just hasn't been the same since probably the 15th season.
I wouldn't know because I haven't watched it in probably 7 or 8 years.
I don't
Same
think
here.
They're on season 26.
I haven't watched The Simpsons in probably at least 10 years, if not more.
Yeah,
So
they're
I'm probably
About
about
the 15th
yeah.
season.
actually
It's,
the last.
yeah, it's probably actually been longer
the
for me
last
too.
episode
I think-
I remember
Me
is Who Shot Mr. Burns.
Wow.
You know,
So
that's
That's a great
kinda where it's
episode,
at. So
though.
yeah, it was a good episode. But I was also now that I think
that's-
about it, that was probably
that's
like
the
20
same
years
time-
ago.
that's the same time period
Possible.
Yeah.
that I stopped watching too. So,
Yeah, so-
it may have been a lot longer than I
Maybe 15 years ago.
expect. You know, it's still such a big part of pop culture that hard to remember when I actually stopped watching.
Sure. I mean, well, they're
Because
on,
it's still there.
right. They're on season 26. That just started on Sunday. That's ridiculous.
Wow.
They need to stop. Just let it go.
Okay,
No, they're not going to.
I definitely stopped watching Simpsons before I ever started watching 24. And it was on
Wow.
7 or 8
Okay.
seasons, and it's off a couple of years.
That's
So at least
gotta
a
be-
decade.
Well,
That's at
no-
least 10 years.
Yeah.
Is it at least 10 years?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Wow. Yeah, I guess it is. This 24 would have been about 2005 ish.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Haha. It almost worked for a
All
second.
right.
Screw you, cables.
It's gonna work.
Hello. Hello. Oh, there we
Hello?
go.
There you go.
You just have
Just
to.
gotta smack
it
it
around
around
a
a little bit.
Hello. Hello.
Okay. All right, but
We
that's-
lost it again.
That's it.
We
That's
had
for
it,
Me.
and then we lost it.
That's what I watched.
That's it?
That's what I watched. What did Jordan watch?
I have not watched a lot of TV
No.
recently. I know. So it's one of the things that we've talked about on the show. I don't know how many times. Either I'm watching TV or I'm playing video games, and I can't do both. I started a new job, and I actually have a TV on all the time. Actually, I have 3 TVs on all the time at work. So if I start thinking about like what I watch at work, I've watched a ton of football. Every game that's been like broadcast in Denver, I've watched. Looking at like my office, apparently they watch The Voice, so now I watch The Voice. And it turns out one of my fiance's friends from high school is on The Voice this season, Maya Sykes. So
I don't know. I just started watching it. So I don't think
she was
I'm current.
on. She was on last week. She was on like the second episode of last week or something like that. The second
okay.
episode of the premiere. So it was yeah, it was really good. It was really impressive, and Mr. Sam's here.
Sam.
He might come over. He might not because he doesn't care.
We got sound again just for his arrival.
Yep.
So we can harass him and he can hear us.
So football and The Voice. That was it. Jeff.
That's it?
Yep.
All right. Well, this week I definitely watched, because that's what you do with your eyes. You do not listen with your eyes.
Not so much, no.
Okay. So I watched the first 2 episodes of American Dad. Definitely my favorite of the Seth MacFarlane animated shows. So I wasn't a big fan of Cleveland Show, and I lost interest in Family Guy quite some time ago.
Me as well.
I held on for as long as I could, but definitely American Dad is my favorite. And as I was talking about, I have been watching The Voice. I think of all of the reality competition shows, that's the only one I really enjoy. But even so, and I've said this before, I only watch through the auditions. I don't watch the competition proper. So
It's just not interesting.
no, there's too much manufactured
Drama.
tension and drama, and I just don't care. I just don't care.
You're just there for the artists.
Yeah, I'm just there for the music. So I'm always a good cover music, and really that's all it is. They're covering, popular songs, and occasionally they do well. More often than not, they do not. So, been watching that, and watched the season premiere of South Park.
So good, right?
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah.
It was really good.
I mean, and they're like on their like 21st or 22nd season or something. It's stupid.
I think 16th,
Is it
13th, 16th. It's in the teens.
close to 20.
Yeah,
close to
it's.
20.
I don't know if it's that far. So, been working on that. I'm excited about that one. I haven't looked at this week's Gotham. A lot of things I missed out on, but of course, as you said, we just recorded on Friday, so there hasn't been a lot of time.
For
But
either
I
of us.
tell you what, there has been enough time for, Brick.
What?
I watched all of season 1 of True Detective.
Good for you, Chief.
Since you were so busy complaining about it during your part of the segment.
Yeah.
That's an
I don't have
excellent
anything
show.
to talk about now.
It's very good.
I will go out on a limb and say that's the only good thing that Matthew McConaughey's ever done in his life.
Nope. Dallas Buyers Club, Killer Joe.
No.
Dazed
Really?
and Confused.
No.
I'm with Brick. I liked him in Dallas Buyers
Be a
Club.
lot cooler if you did.
Not so much, huh?
Being
Yeah,
from
not a big
Texas.
fan. And I'll talk about this a little bit. I think it's a good enough show that should not spoil it. But I'll talk about it in generalities for sure. That scene where Matthew McConaughey and his little drug dealer buddy are escaping from the hood.
So good.
I don't know if it was all one long shot,
It
but
wasn't.
it felt like it.
It almost was, but it wasn't.
Yeah, it was really good.
Yeah.
So that and the change back and forth between the different time periods are 17 years apart. Is that right?
I think
so, yeah.
I think they're about 17 years apart.
Well, there's
So-
17, 10, and like 17 years ago, 10 years ago, and then wait.
And then like right up to
Right.
date.
Yeah. Really, really interesting show. It reminded me a lot of a little bit of The Killing. Kind
Yeah,
of
way better.
way better.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe it was as good as the Swedish version of The Killing.
Yeah, it was. It was better than that. And
Okay.
and it was Danish, actually.
Right. It just
Get your facts straight.
They did a really, really good job of slowly building the story. It felt like more of a movie than a TV series or a miniseries. Which
Yeah.
is
Yeah,
it
absolutely.
considered? Is it a miniseries since they're changing characters from
Well,
year to year?
I mean,
'Cause
it's the same thing as American Horror Story.
Right, American
you
Horror
know.
Story is considered a miniseries.
Then I guess this would be
Because they
considered one
changed-
too, because it's different
But-
stories, different casts every
but-
They
season.
change settings
Isn't
and
they
they
keep a lot
change
of the cast,
characters
though?
every season.
In American Horror Story, there's through cast members though, and aren't they changing on True Detective? They're switching to Colin Farrell and Vince Vaughn. Yes.
Right,
Yep.
right. So they're going to have a completely new cast this next year. So they're actually doing American Horror Story one better because they are switching out the entire main. Well, it's
At
a
least the
smaller
main
cast.
Yeah, it
But
is
they're
a-
switching out the leads. So I think that's really interesting. If anybody hasn't watched True Detective, it is an HBO show, and it's well worth putting some time into. It's 8 50-minute episodes, and
Not long,
make
yeah.
time for it. And I say, I watched the 8 episodes over 3 or 4 days, 3 days. Yeah, because I watched my first episode after we recorded on Friday, or at least that day. It wasn't right after we recorded. I think I went to work or something.
verbal abuse works.
Workers.
No, hey, I clearly conceded that I should start watching it during that show.
That's what I'm
So
saying.
I did.
Verbal abuse works.
It wasn't the verbal abuse. There was some convincing, but it was not peer pressure or verbal abuse.
Whatever you want to call it.
discounted some concern that I had with the show, and I don't remember what it was.
I know what you're talking about, but I can't remember specifically.
Yeah, I don't either. But at any rate, definitely enjoy the show. It's worth a watch. It reminded me a lot of Seven. Seven's
Yeah.
one of my favorites.
Like a
Yeah,
Southern
there
Seven.
definitely has that.
Yeah,
darkness
I'm not
and grittiness.
sure if it had, the best ending I would have chosen for it, but it was pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would have cut it off closer to the resolution with the main antagonist. I wouldn't have put as much character tie up at the end with the two mains. There was all that stuff that happened in the hospital. I think I would have cut a lot of that out.
Even still, I thought that was interesting.
I would have left it ambiguous as to whether or not they survived.
Okay, I can see that.
Yeah.
Kind of ended it after the backup showed up
I could do that. I
and
could
just
see
let
that.
it go.
Yeah.
Especially since they're not bringing those characters back for next season. I think they should have just let it go.
Maybe that's why they did so much wrap up, though, because they're not bringing them back.
No,
next
seriously,
season.
it was like Return of the King, 12 different endings. That's what it was. So many endings to that show.
True.
I thought it was a little overdone at the end, but that's seriously, my only complaint about the show
It's good
is
stuff.
the way they wrapped up the finale. So, okay, well, let's move on to what you're playing, Lady Erin. What's up?
A few things. I actually went back to Skyrim because it occurred to me I actually hadn't finished it, so I thought perhaps that would be a good thing to wrap up there. So I jumped back into that. I've also been jumped into I can't remember the full title of the game. It's an Alice game. It's an arcade game that started out as a PC game, available on Xbox 360 Arcade, and it's Alice in Wonderland, basically.
Like
but-
Madness Returns or
Yes,
something like
thank
that?
you.
Yeah.
Madness
The American
Returns.
McGee's. What was that? American McGee's Alice? Is that?
It's the sequel.
It's the sequel. Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, I remember that. It came out 3 or 4 years after the original.
The original, yeah.
Maybe
and it's,
5.
not the PC version, and they have it on the arcade, on the Xbox 360. It's they cleaned it up. It's very pretty, and I've been enjoying that. So
Cool.
those have been what have been swallowing up a lot of my time as of late. So
All right. Anything else?
Honestly, no. Trying to get through Skyrim because I really want to start Destiny very much, and I haven't yet. So I've been watching my husband do that, but I haven't gotten started yet.
So have you not finished the story?
The main line on Skyrim.
Yeah.
I finished the main quest line on an old character a while back, but I haven't finished
Hey,
any
how
of the
disappointing
DLC.
was that final boss battle?
Quite a bit. It's one of
Oblivion's was much better.
oh, that's over.
Yeah.
But another strange thing about Skyrim was the Radiant quests, the Dark Brotherhood. Those felt very abrupt as well. It's almost like they poured everything into kind of free quest exploration and
Yeah.
then forgot to expand the Radiant quests. And I know everybody's probably seen the threads, the memes of and now I'm the Archmage, but in all reality, they felt very brief and not
Yeah.
very fleshed out. So, but I'm enjoying the DLC, so that's good.
So whenever Elder Scrolls Online makes its appearance on the Xbox One,
I
Are
am
you a yes?
So there.
okay,
can't wait
you were
for
so
that.
there. Yeah, me
Yes.
too.
I'm very excited.
Excellent. Excellent. Rick?
Not a lot for me. I meant to play some Destiny, but it didn't happen. So I just played some Madden 15.
Just Madden 15.
Yep. Not even
Did you
any.
get FIFA?
I didn't. I'm actually withholding getting FIFA until I can get Alien Isolation.
Really?
Aaron, Alien Isolation. Remember it? Get it.
Okay,
Comes out in a week.
right now.
Right now. Well, not right now. It comes out in a week. But
Midnight.
Aaron, I
midnight,
feel
midnight
like he
release.
was very clear about that.
About that. I'm still mad about the last midnight release I went to on a random tangent.
I never played it.
So
I may have played the demo, actually, but I didn't play the full game.
but it's going to be very good. Do you know anything about it, either of you?
no.
It is, you play, it takes place, supposed to take place between the first and second Alien movies, and you play as Ellen Ripley's daughter, but you essentially are playing through the premise of the first Alien movie, where it is you and one xenomorph on the ship, and you're just trying to sneak around and escape the ship without it killing you.
Okay, so is it more of a survival horror kind of thing?
Oh yeah, it's survival horror, like just trying
But first
to
person.
Okay.
But first person, yeah. And
That
you
sounds
have
awesome.
you have like some makeshift weapons that will like annoy it a little bit, but nothing that will kill it. Your objective is to
They-
run the entire game.
Yeah, they seem to have gone back to the original AVP version, and which was a scary game.
Yeah.
It looks absolutely
Really was.
terrifying. And it comes out on October 7th, which is a week from today.
When does the new Silent Hill come out? Speaking of survival horror.
That's going to be a while.
I knew it was a while,
Yeah.
but I played the demo. And
PT.
yeah,
How did you play it?
or no, I didn't play it. I watched
Watch the screen.
I watched a screen save of it. And because I didn't need to sleep that night, and it looks really good.
Well,
It's
hopefully
gonna be
they have it on Redbox because I'd like to try it out first, or maybe they'll
Right.
have a solid demo. That's the thing about the Xbox One; you don't get a whole lot of demos. On it, 360, you got demos for pretty much everything, but not so much on the Xbox One. Hopefully, they'll fix that.
Yeah, I hope they do. And the other side of that is the last few Silent Hill games
Have been terrible.
have been awful. So a demo or Redbox would be preferable before making the investment. So
Yeah, I'd like to play it because I want to see how scary it is. My hope is that I pee myself a little bit. Just
you
a
may
tiny
very
bit.
well.
That's
You may
my
very
hope.
well.
You know what? That's my hope
Wait.
for you. It's my hope for you, Jeff.
But not on purpose. Not peeing myself on purpose. I want to,
Well, of course not on purpose.
because I could do that anytime.
Well, yeah.
I could do that right now.
I could do that right now, but I don't. I don't. Out of respect for the rest of you.
Thank you. I appreciate
We
that.
are grateful.
I have no self-respect, so it's just respect for you.
Hey, Jordan, is there anything that you do or don't do out of respect for us?
I play games.
That No.
I got nothing.
So, Madden 15.
That's it. Yeah.
Okay. Jordan,
That's why I said I play games. That was my segue.
that was it?
Yeah.
What's your...
No. I put in probably like 15 hours of Destiny this last week.
Wow.
Yeah.
You got the bug?
Yeah. It's like crack.
It is a little bit.
I've really enjoyed it.
What level is your character?
I've got a 16 Titan and a 10 Hunter.
Wow.
Yeah. So the Hunter we did in one sitting, you and I did. But
Right.
it's just one of those things. Is this is the first time I've had pickup co-op games that I've actually enjoyed, where I wasn't playing games with my friends. It was just
Sure.
random people. And
Yeah.
I think that's probably the biggest draw for me. Is I'm enjoying video games again, and I hadn't for a while.
Yeah, that's something I would say a lot about the reviews for that game, because it hasn't done great on like Metacritic. It's somewhere high 60s, low 70s,
Which is ridiculous.
well, but
I
you know,
think it's
these
just
are
because there's a
people that you
split
do
opinions.
do a review after 2 or 3 sittings. The thing is, until you put the time into that game, you have no idea what it's about. The game completely changes at level 20.
It's really funny.
It
is
turns
that's-
a corner.
That's exactly what Sam said earlier today, and Sam said it in a negative way, and it sounds like you're saying it in a positive way.
I am.
Yeah, and he was saying it like it's a complete grind. I wish I had more.
Well, the being a higher level opens a lot more of their more focused missions and your raids and
And that's
Your
all I've been
strikes
working on was the strike
stuff like
missions.
that. Yeah,
And
yeah.
I just this afternoon, right before I had to shut it down for a little bit, I opened up the strike playlist missions, and
Sure.
I'd never seen those before, so I'm really
there's a lot of content there.
yeah.
You could put 100 hours into that game and I mean just scratch the surface.
Yeah, and I think that's what I'm looking forward to about it, and I want to play more. Jeff, what have you been playing?
Just Destiny this week, and it hasn't been a whole lot since the last time we recorded. Again, you know, I've just really been enjoying that game. You know, I've said a lot of times in the past that I don't have time to play video games, but I find myself making time for Destiny, and I think that's a really nice thing. You know,
Which seems like high praise.
and well, you
And
know, and
it's the same for me. I
That's
go
high
out.
praise.
I go out of my way to play it.
yeah, and for me, the really nice thing is to play games with people that I don't get to play with very often. The whole crew from the East Coast, the whole crew from the West Coast. I've been playing with people I haven't played games with for probably 3 or 4 years, and that's been a lot of fun. You know, I've been able to play with Will and Sam and Jordan and Sal and Kyle and Prophet and just all kinds of people. So
I think
with Justin, and man, it's been a lot. And you know, I was playing the other day, and I was playing with a guy who ended up being someone that lives in like here in town. So I just randomly ran into him out in the wilds. So
I haven't talked to anybody,
yeah,
and I'm okay with that. I'm
Yeah.
okay with that. I
I can see that about you.
don't want to talk to anybody.
I am slightly more social than you are. So, as you put the microphone down, I think that's about a show. I'm trying to think.
show.
3 of the 4 of us are going to be in Europe next week,
Yes, indeed.
so we will probably do a cell phone recorded show next week.
Oh, nice.
Well, because people with access to the studio will be in Europe, so we're probably going to have to do a cell phone show.
Fantastic.
We've done that before. We did one with Sam and Kat, and it was a show when we were out in Seattle for PAX Prime. So it was a hotel room cell phone show.
That's right. I forgot about that.
So we oh yeah. And there's another time I did a hotel lobby show with Kat.
Cat. I remember that one. That was a
Yeah,
good
but
one.
that was with the actual recording equipment and a laptop and blah blah blah. But we'll do another cell phone show next week, and it will probably be heavily self-medicated with travel juice.
Yes, absolutely.
I don't know what that means, but I think I can predict that accurately.
Yeah, that's not roll hard.
Right. When no one will be driving, hilarity will ensue.
Hilarity and many shenanigans.
All right, so we're about done here.
I was just jazzed to be on the show.
So was I.
That's just rude.
Incidentally, I was
Rude.
too.
Okay, well let's go ahead and wrap this up. Thank you very much to Coda Brewing Company for having us out tonight, and it's nice to have you, Aaron.
Thank you. Thanks for having
And
me
me for that
It's
matter.
it's
Because I haven't been on the show in
in a while.
well, Aaron wasn't on that too long ago.
No, I was on a few episodes ago,
Yeah,
but before that, it'd been a very long time.
it had
so-
been a very long time. Yeah,
Nice
it's
to
really
be back.
interesting. You've been in a lot more shows than I had remembered, because early on, we're talking in the teens and 20s. You were probably on 7 or 8 episodes back then.
Yeah, at the very
Whenever
beginning.
we were recording over at your house,
Yes, indeed.
doing a lot of those roundtable shows. So, my little project of trying to create a new intro sequence so that we can be on iHeartRadio, because that's what's been getting us tonight, is because my incessant use of licensed music. They told me that's a no-no.
Oh,
Said
that's
no,
no
thank
fun.
you. But
No.
once I get a proper intro put together with music we actually own and sound we actually own, then that'll get us into iHeartRadio and
Very cool.
all kinds of things. So,
Awesome.
yeah, we're almost there.
We have the faith in you.
I just need 1 extra day a week. 1 extra day.
You can do it.
Maybe 2. 2 extra days a week. That's all I need.
Just do.
Just 2.
Just do. That's all.
You think we need more? You think we need one? I'll get one more. All right, folks. Thank you very much for watching and listening. Really appreciate all of our listeners and viewers across. Let me do the list. Okay. YouTube, Google Plus, Spreaker, iTunes, Zune Marketplace, Xbox Music, XML, and SoundCloud. We're pretty
Wow.
pretty well. We're all over the place, but we're gonna add iHeartRadio to that. Right.
Soon. Very soon.
Soon, hopefully.
Near
Soon-
future.
As soon as I find that extra day. All right. Thanks, everybody. Love you. Bye.
Good night.